The plot?
Whack.
Whack.
The dialogue?
Whack.
The characters?
Whack.
Great. Wait.
The asynchronous dialogue from the main villain?
No, that was actually
Whack.
great, though. That was funny. Shit.
Alright, it's ReShoot, baby. Let's go. Theme song!
Welcome to ReShoot. Amateurs in no suits. Too many movies to explore. Ruthie, Hector, and Ed laughter till the end. Let's see something never done before. Hello, everyone. Welcome to ReShoot, an amateur's guide to good or film, where we take movies that we like, dislike, somewhere between, and we just make them objectively better.
Objectively better.
Yeah, and it isn't that hard to make this movie objectively better.
Oh, this was a dumpster fire.
Like,
What do
if
you
you
mean?
if you just gave me free reign to make a movie, I could probably make one better than this.
If you gave 1,000 monkeys 1,000 typewriters and put them in a room for 1,000 years, I feel like they could easily write a script better than
They
this.
get
Yeah,
the
because
first
it-
chapter of
it-
Shakespeare.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or the
because
Bible. Amen.
statistically, they would write some Shakespeare works or something else,
Yeah.
or To Kill a Mockingbird.
But anyways, who cares about Madam Web? I need to get my query answered from the last episode. Ed, I challenged you to watch my least favorite movie of all time. Ed, what did you think of Blow Up?
Blow Up, the
me
1966.
Give me the review.
I think it's a UK-based film, film, whatever.
Yeah,
Is
it
it
takes
in
place in
London?
the director is Michelangelo Antonioni. He is an Italian director, but yeah, it takes place in the UK.
Yeah. So Blow Up. It's about an hour. It's just under. We'll just round it up to 2 hours. The first half of the movie has nothing to do with the second half of the movie. It is literally the first half of the movie isn't even a movie. It's only the second half that is kind of a movie. Yeah, it's really bad.
It's so bad.
It's also very misogynistic, just like across the board.
Like, even for its time, misogynistic.
So here's the thing. Fun fact.
You get kind of full frontal.
That's not nothing to do with misogyny, though.
I know, but it was during a very rapey.
It's not even
field
rapey. It's a
scene.
rape scene. It is a rape scene.
But they were like, that's the thing. They were laughing about it later.
Because they were high because he gave them weed to make it easier to rape them.
Wait, when did he give them weed?
He gave him a joint.
I don't remember that, but oh my god, he'd fucking raped them.
Yeah. But also fun
Trigger
fact,
warnings, by the way.
So the director, Michelangelo Antonioni, he's known for his Italian films. This is one of 2 films he directed in English. He's known for being a very staunch feminist. Like, the film's themes are often, like, feminism and women's rights.
Man, one whiff of that London air, man, I'll tell you what.
Yeah, he just got called a wanker once, and then he's like, okay.
Bet?
Bet?
Alright. So, this week, we fixed...
Oh, real quick.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Although Blow Up was really bad, I do not think it was as bad as Madam Web. It edges out just slightly because I believe that the director was trying to convey some kind of, like,
There's
theme.
artistic stuff in the movie. It is, like,
That
kind
doesn't
of
make
good
a
to
movie objectively better.
No. But, like, it's cohesive, and it is, some ways, nice to look at.
And
Madam Web is neither of those things.
And the thing is, it doesn't bring shit up, like, randomly throughout the film. Like, it is still just like a cohesive plot, even though the plot is kind of garbage. It's still cohesive.
Okay.
Which Madam Web is not.
Yeah.
Alright. So, Madam Web, I assume that 90... We're full spoiler podcast.
Mm-hmm.
We're not going to do a plot summary just because...
We love you, lovely audience. We're not going to torture you with the horrible plot.
I
of this
assume
movie.
if you've read...
Just pause this, read the Wikipedia plot synopsis. Oh, hey, welcome back. Let's go.
Watch the movie.
Yeah.
It's on Netflix.
Dude, I would get lost trying to plot summarize this. It's
this movie's a mess.
It's a mess.
ridiculous.
So, Wait, you're the
I
Czar.
am the Cesar, and you asked really nicely to go
Yes,
first
because
right
my
before we
phone's about to
started.
die.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. So, we should get our names. Hector.
Ruthie.
Ed. No joke
All
names
right.
this time.
No joke names this
So,
time.
I'm going to give a little note here. I did know a little bit of the movie's original plot. I know there's from pre-visual footage that got revealed. There was supposed to be a fight between Ezekiel and Tom Holland Spider-Man. It was supposed to be time travel, is the guess. Supposedly it was Ezekiel time traveling to kill Mary Parker, and then Madam Web would have to get the girls to help her save Mary. This was what I found a few sources. The first one that I could find, the one I'll just kind of give it to, is a Redditor named Just a Fanboy 1010. Didn't want to plagiarize. Okay, so I'll start with my likes. The minor time travel / deja vu was actually kind of a cool thing. I haven't seen it done like that before. Because usually it's like you know what's going on, but I like how they led with the confusion for everyone. That was cool.
Yeah, it had a Groundhog's Day feel, the original movie, and that was like half
Mm-hmm.
interesting.
It was just superhero Terminator.
Yeah.
But yeah, the girls, the three girls who were playing the future Spider Ladies, really did try to act. I will give them points. Also, I really like the bad ADR for Ezekiel. There were points where in the beginning, if you focus on his mouth, he would talk, but his mouth would not be moving, and they just blurry him just a little to try to make sure you don't see him or not focus on him. It was hilarious. My dislikes, everything else. Did you guys know that Madam Web doesn't even have a comic book?
Wow.
It's just she's just known as Madam Web as far as I get. Let me check. I'm gonna check now.
She doesn't have like a Madam Web comic book. She's always been like a side character to a different superhero comic
Just
book.
Spider-Man, yeah. Yeah, she just
Just
helps. She's a
Spider-Man.
mutant who just helps Spider-Man.
Isn't she like? Oh, she's a mutant.
Yeah, she's a mutant. She
Okay.
lives in her own little dimension. Oh, actually, she comes from Salem, Oregon, I guess. Fun fact.
Yeah,
She's
I
local.
found that. I saw that. So like, okay.
Yeah, she just never loses her powers for some reason. She survived like every fucking mutant eradication.
I mean, if she can see the future, she can probably like just, be like a spider and hide herself away.
You'd say that, but like considering one of the more popular mutant extinction events was Scarlet Witch saying no more mutants, that was just pure luck. She just keeps surviving like a cockroach.
Wait, Scarlet Witch at one point just made it so there were no more mutants.
She erased 80, I want to say 80% of the mutant population from having powers because she made her own world due to her kids dying.
Oh, WandaVision. Okay, got it.
No, WandaVision was based off it loosely, yeah.
Yeah,
Uh
got it.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's darker in the other one.
Yeah, Scarlet Witch is broken, but yeah.
So here's my fixes. I'm going to take a little bit from the beginning. I don't know the actual plot. So here we go. This all takes place in one day within the hospital. Cassandra Webb's a nurse. She's a nurse or a doctor. She's always been able to see the future briefly, and then she gets a vision of three girls with powers and one man who looks like one man in a wheelchair who's trying to kill Mary Parker. Mary Parker.
Does she have like a specific specialty? Oh, wait, let me. Does she have a specific specialty as like a doctor or a nurse? Is she like a OB-GYN or like a labor and delivery nurse?
Good question. I didn't think of it through. I'll say I'll say OBGYN.
ICU.
Yeah.
No, just say ICU or like emergency room, because she can
I
see
mean,
like things that are wrong.
okay,
She
yeah, that makes
like
sense.
she can
I
see
see
the
you.
future of like, oh, this is the patient that's gonna come wheeling in right here. I know
Yes.
exactly what to do.
Yes, so she
I
has
can
a
see
pretty
the
good.
future.
I can see the future.
Sorry.
So yeah, that's a good idea. So the girls came from a field trip where they all got bitten by spiders, and unlike Peter, they have health insurance. So they go in. They go in, and they're getting checked out by a doctor. I like to think that's the reason Peter never went to a doctor. He just didn't have fucking health insurance.
Yeah, that tracks.
So each girl has a different specialty. Because I wanted to separate them if they're having powers, right? They have the same powers, you gotta make them a little different. So Anya has, does anyone know who Kane is? The Peter Parker clone.
No. Wait, can't. No.
Kane's the edgy one. His whole thing is he has a mark of Kane where he will grip someone by the face and then he leaves a corrosive handprint.
So kind of like Ezekiel's powers.
Kind of like Ezekiel's, but it's acid, not venom. Peter mimicked it once when he got really angry in a really dark fight, and he just used his spider sticking powers on someone's face and then just pulled.
Yike.
Yeah.
You're telling me this guy scars people's faces with acid?
Mm-hmm. He's a Spider-Man too. He just has a weirder ability for some, I think, due to the cloning process. There's a lot of cool Spider-Man clones. I'm curious how the new
splashing acid on someone's face is not.
It wasn't splashing; it just comes out of his hand as he sticks to him.
Still, it's still acid on a face.
Yeah, no, it's corrosive. I assume it's acid. I don't know as much about Kane. I just know the ability. So Julia or Sydney Sweeney, Mayday. For context, Mayday. There's a universe where Peter Parker and Mary Jane have a daughter named Mayday. And the way the spider powers work when it comes to sticking to walls, they just manipulate the electromagnetic field around their hands and feet and stuff. It's not actually it's not little clingers like it is in the
Sam Raimi
in the Sam Raimi films.
Yeah.
So in Mayday, when Mayday, that's the name of the daughter, when she started being Spider Girl, she can, instead of sticking to stuff, she can also repulse stuff away.
So kind of telekinetic.
Kind of. She just pushes things really hard.
Oh, but she has to have that really bad movie Push.
I haven't seen it. I should see it.
Luckily, we have a podcast for watching really mid or bad movies.
We can watch Push and Jumper.
Hey.
I actually we did Jumper.
We did Jumper?
We did Jumper like a year and a half ago, dude.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, anyways.
We need to finish it with Push.
Well,
Maddie, this is the embarrassing thing. I'm going to completely embarrass myself here. So there was a time during Spider-Verse where people were making their own spider sonas online. And I had an idea for one, but I can't draw for shit. So what I thought is, Maddie can grow. What the original idea was, if I could make him special, he'd grow extra arms, and have organic webbing, right? Yes?
Isn't that her power in the original movie? She's got the additional spider legs that come out of her back.
Those are mechanical though.
Oh, they are?
They're mechanical.
Oh, it looked like they were
They looked like it, yeah, but
because years ago, CGI.
Yeah, years ago I came up with an idea for a spider sona, which was wouldn't it be cool if a spider could grow the extra arms like Man Spider, but then they have but only for a little bit, and then they lose their powers for a few hours, just so it's not OP. Who knows?
I think having 6 arms would be OP.
I mean, if they're just as strong and you have extra strength now plus extra webbing, I feel like it could be.
This is a world where you have Scarlet Witch.
Comic book powers. Anyway, it's almost like superheroes are all across the board. Anyway, so those are their powers. I'm just jumping ahead a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
We have the villain is not Ezekiel, who is actually not even a villain in the actual comics. He just shows up to help Peter once. The villain is, if you've seen the 90s animated show, you'll know exactly who I'm talking about. Alistair Smythe, who was in a wheelchair and built Spider Slayers, which are giant robots that were, I think, made by or commissioned by J. Jonah Jameson to basically either capture or kill Spider-Man. I'm going full term.
He can do that on a reporter's salary?
He's pretty rich, but yeah, it's comic books. It's the 60s era comic books.
Okay, yeah, 60s with their socialism and their whatnot.
It was just fun.
Those godless commies.
So I'm going full Terminator here. There's robots going back in time to kill the target. So Webb sees what's going on through her future vision. She's like, hey, girls, I have powers. You have powers. She's like, no, we don't. debris happens. Madam Web does the cool thing where she blocks the debris because she can see the future, like in the movie. And the girls are like, okay, yeah, okay, we have powers. Cool, cool, cool. So they're all learning to fight. She's teaching them while they're fighting through the hospital. But Maddie and Anya fucking hate each other because Maddie used to bully Anya, like, hard. Then they start fighting. I know, it's cliche, but, like, it's anything's better than what we got. The fight ends with Maddie punches Anya hard, and then Anya, trying to grab on anything, hits Maddie with a weak mark of pain. A cane, sorry. So as Maddie yells in pain, Julia, who's trying to grab a piece of wall, rips it off and then sends it flying right at Anya. So Anya and Maddie both have... Anya and Maddie, yes, both have scars in their faces. Just to kind of show, like, a little...
Okay.
I can't remember why I wrote that down. I think the idea was, like, they both hurt each other. Let's just let it, we're even now.
That is teenager rules.
It is teenager rules, yeah. So Webb gets angry and yells at all of them, and the girls just fucking leave. They're like, fuck it. You save Mary and this baby by yourself. And then later on, Webb, because she's able to get her way through the hospital a little bit. She doesn't have as much powers, though. And then she just yells for the girls. The girls are like, they talk it out more, and they're like, that was kind of weird to leave someone like that who just got blinded. I'll say she got blinded halfway through the film. She's like, it's weird to leave a blind lady in the middle of a hospital like that. And they just go back right on time. And Alistair has been studying all the spider ladies, and then he creates uses a bunch of hospital equipment to create an exoskeleton that doesn't just let him walk again, because he kind of used the wheelchair to get in without suspicion, because who's going to look suspiciously in early 2000s at a guy in a wheelchair? No one would. But then he gets kind of mimics kind of spider powers, because we need a fight scene. It wouldn't be fun without it. So the three girls fight him, along with Madam Web just saving Mary right as she's giving birth. It's a happy ending. Anya's like, oh, guys, I need to go. I'm running late for a date with my boyfriend, Peter. And Mary's like, I know how to name my kid. And like, Fant Four Stick. And that's the end. That's all I got. It wasn't very fun. It was just...
Fant Four Stick?
Yeah, because at the end of the Fantastic Four reboot, it's like, man, we're a pretty fantastic team. And then Mr. Fantastic's like, what? Say that again.
It's pretty fantastic.
And then he's like,
guys,
we're going to call
I have
ourselves.
the name.
Yes,
and then to call ourselves Fant Four Stick.
It's so bad. I'm like, no, I just want to end it that cheesy.
It's fantastic. Yeah,
it's
so
kind
stupid.
of interesting.
Miles Teller, like, had really beef with, like, the director and everybody in that film.
Miles Teller's a huge dick, though.
He's a huge asshole. Like,
well,
allegedly, he's a huge asshole.
Allegedly, but I'm just saying what I heard is that there was some beef between Miles and, like, the director and other people in the movie. And if you watched Fant Four Stick, there's a certain part where you can tell that the beef had peaked because Miles Teller hams up some lines.
Fun fact about that movie, supposedly the director kind of stopped showing up halfway through, and he trashed the hotel room. And
did he go on a bender?
Huh?
Did he go on a bender?
He and his wife went on a bender, supposedly, yeah.
Nice.
That's what I remember reading. This was the first... So this is back when I was in my superhero phase. That was the first movie in my big superhero phase where I just skipped. Like, I'd watch anything.
Yeah, can confirm.
What were we going to say, hon?
It's funny, because, like, you had told me a little bit of your fixes, and I knew, like, the like, overtures, the big stuff. But, there's a lot of little details where, I did something kind of similar.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Did you also have Alistair Smythe?
No, I have no idea.
And just
I did
full on mimic Terminator with a
no, I do have
superheroes.
I do have the Terminator mimicking part.
Yeah, I mean it's art. There's only like a few good movies you can riff off for this kind of thing.
Ed, do you want to go next?
Am I wrong in thinking that I usually go last?
You're either middle or last, yeah.
Yeah. I was gonna say you go first because you don't usually go first anymore, but then Hector wanted to go first
because my battery's dying on my phone.
Yeah, I'll go. Even though movie is fucking hard. My mistake was I tried to keep part of the film intact while I was thinking about my fixes, and then I scrapped it all, and I don't have a lot, so I'm gonna wing it a little bit.
Fuck it.
Yeah,
We'll
do
do
it.
it
Yeah,
live.
we'll do it live. I'll just
It's okay. I
storyboard
haven't technically
whatever.
finished all of my fixes yet, so I'm kind of in the same boat. I've got like all my like character fixes and my like location fixes, but like specific bits.
Yeah, what I liked about the movie. Okay,
What
there
you
were
disliked
like
about the movie.
there were like two jokes that kind of landed with me, and I don't even remember what they were.
Damn.
Okay,
An attempt was made.
and then the other thing that I kind of liked about the movie was when Cassandra first goes into the water in the car, and she like dies, and has the vision of like the web. That was pretty cool. And what was pretty cool about that is that they actually had like a full script for this because they had the S from PepsiCo in the vision there,
Mhm.
which played a much smaller role than it should have as it being in the vision there. But still it was there. All right, and now my dislikes. Okay, I don't know who to blame here. Ezekiel's acting and line delivery was pretty bad, and I don't know if I wanna. What are you guys glaring to each other about?
I'm not glaring at him. So every when we were watching the movie, every time Ezekiel opened his mouth, Hector needed to pause to lean over to me and say every line of his was dubbed over. And it's
Every line.
really obvious when you start noticing it. But yeah,
I kept laughing and pausing because I
yes.
go back a little. I'm like, wait, how bad is it? Because I like seeing bad stuff like this. I'm like, well,
And
no.
after the 10th time, I told him I can't pause and rewind on this movie so many times. This is an hour, like
2 hours.
that was too. We spent a half hour on the pauses and winding back. I swear.
I got excited. Okay, I've never. It's rare to see a movie this technically bad
Yes.
with
Mm.
this high of a budget. So
So, okay, yeah. So maybe it's because everything was dubbed over, but again, I don't know who to blame. I don't know if it's the actor. I don't know if it's the writing because the lines themselves were kind of. If I was a professional actor, I would struggle to say these lines.
I think that
Or if it's the director.
when Dakota Johnson shit on the movie, she was saying that it was not the movie she signed up for. I wouldn't be surprised if they like reshot half the fucking movie. Because
Yeah.
supposedly they were trying to get the timeline right so that it could be Andrew Garfield or Tom Holland's Peter. Actually, no, Tom Holland because of the
Yeah.
the art that was shown.
Well,
So,
Because this
but then
movie takes place in 2003.
but he wouldn't be. He'd be. It wouldn't line up with the time. He'd be already an adult.
yeah. They got the math wrong.
They got the math wrong.
How
Well,
did
I
they
think
get the
they're
math wrong? Because
because
Peter Parker is 20 in 2023 in the
Well,
MCU
so
2023
no,
timeline.
they
but
did the 5 year
in the
time skip.
Avengers movie, he's like
Oh, that's
in the
right. He
original Avengers movie, he's
blipped
like
out for
5.
5 years.
So they did the math wrong. Either
They
they did the
fucked
math wrong and it was too
up.
late, or they were like, we can't get Tom to commit to this. We're
Wait,
just
they could have
going to.
just bumped it up to 2006 and didn't have to change anything because like
I
there's
think somebody
nothing.
fucked up the math.
I think
I
so.
know, but
Yeah.
they could have literally just they could have just said instead of 2003 they could have said 2006 or something like that, and the
Or
math would
And
be closer.
2006 would have made a lot more sense with their theme of being tracked, because that's when like MySpace was becoming a thing and Facebook.
or
And the
they.
NSA shit. Well, like when did Snowden leave? 2008. When
Oh,
did Snowden
Snowden was
whistleblow?
closer to 2010.
Yeah, someone was closer to 2010.
Okay.
But I will
Really?
say this: they could just do what I said to do in Morbius and just make up a brand new Spider-Man, or fuck, just do any other character that isn't Peter Parker. You got Ben Reilly, you got Kane, you got I don't care about a lot of other just too many spiders. But like, there's
Spider-Man
so many.
Noir,
They're doing Ben Reilly for that show, by the
the
way.
the the
Nick Cage live action
the
one.
emo one from Across the Spider Verse with the blue vest hoodie.
Yeah, that's Ben.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Edward Snowden. It was around 2014 because that's when Citizen 4 dropped, and that was the documentary that was filmed right as Edward Snowden dropped
but
everything.
can't you look up when he whistle blew?
It would have been around 2014.
It would have been around 2014.
Probably 2013.
Yeah, it was just a mess of a timeline,
Yeah.
and they
Anyways,
didn't give a shit.
where was I? I was in my dislikes, right?
Hmm.
Oh yeah, every line of his was kind of fucking bad. I don't know who to blame. Next.
Yeah, it was in 2013.
Okay. Dang. Okay, so yeah, they should have moved up the timeline by quite a few years for sure.
Mm-hmm.
At least when they had cell phones. So they had cell phones because then they could be tracked. Anyways, composing myself so I don't scream.
Do you need me to pause so you can scream?
No. So in the very beginning, when the spider people take whatever mom to the healing pool, and then the spider bites her, and then she dies.
Uh huh.
Like, how did the spider should have bitten Cassandra because that's what heals her like
But
neurological thing.
but it went through
They
the.
say they later in the movie Cassandra explains that, or Cassandra finds out that she will have the neurological disorder that she canonically has in the comic books that makes her blind and wheelchair ridden, and Cassandra's mom was looking for that spider to find a cure for her daughter. The spider bites the mom and then cures the daughter, but the bite happened like 3 seconds before Cassandra was born. The venom wouldn't have gotten there. Also, it makes more sense that for the spider to bite Cassandra and her get her little Spidey sense, her gig of Spidey sense power from that. But whatever. And then my two biggest fucking complaints about this movie. All right,
Yeah.
all right. I only remember one currently. We'll see if I remember the second one, but they're the same exact thing. All right. So later on in the movie, when Cassandra in the healing waters, when she goes back to whatever the fucking South American country they were in, and the guy pushes her soul into the water, she sees her mom talking to that doctor, telling her that Cassandra has this neurological disorder, right? Without it ever being mentioned at all in any point of the movie, she just kind of says that she hates her mom in
She
that
mentioned it.
scene.
No, no, she mentions it one other time.
She mentioned it one other time when she's with the cat.
Well, no, she mentions it with the cat, but she also it's implied in the baby shower scene because it's supposed to. There's the game, the stupid game that they play where it's like, write a cute memory with you and your mom, and
Oh
she has a
yeah.
blank sheet because she
Yeah,
doesn't
oh
know
yeah,
her
because
mom
my
because her
mom
mom
was
died.
dead. Yeah, but she
Because
didn't mention that she hated her. She just mentioned that her mom was
she
dead.
sound the way that Dakota delivered the line was pretty like venomous. Like, oh, she just died in the Amazon and left me. It was full of
But
contempt.
but okay, still, it wasn't clear enough to me. Maybe whatever, and it probably wasn't clear enough to a lot of people, or some people just like, yeah, she's dead. She has no connection to her. It can be that she just like talks to talks about her mom just like that because she has no connection to her mom. Never knew her. I don't know. I don't know if that's how I took it, but I just didn't. I didn't. It didn't click for me that that was a thing. So for me, watching the movie, it's just like out of fucking nowhere, she says, "I hated you," and then it's resolved in the same fucking scene. That's what it seemed like. It's like, oh, this plot point is brought up of, oh, Cassandra hates her mom, and then instant resolution in the same fucking scene. This happened earlier in the movie too with something else, but I don't remember what it was. I don't remember, but it
I
happened
don't think they
twice
remember either, Ed.
where
You're fine.
Yeah.
something that was not brought up at all gets brought up and resolved in the same scene. Where I'm like, what was the point of that scene then?
You don't get it, Ed.
There's no growth here. Nothing.
Yes, there is.
What
You
the
just you
fuck?
can't see it. You're too blind.
I'm literally blind. Okay. Next. Oh god, I just thought of it and I forgot it. I was
Is
thinking.
it still in the same vein of like
No, no,
something's
no. It's,
introduced and
it's
then it's
something different.
resolved?
Oh, I remember now. In the beginning of the movie, when uh Cassie and Ben Parker are eating their little Chinese takeout in their little break room, the dialogue they have is what my I watched it with my roommate Levi. He explained it as like he hates when people don't show what kind of characters they are, but they talk about the kind of character they are, because that's what they do in that scene. They're talking kind of weirdly because they're just talking about how they are as a person. Like Cassie, for example, says, "We hate family stuff," kind of stuff like that, instead of more. I guess I was a little bit natural, but still, like they talk about what their characters are about instead of through actions, through showing. They
Mhm.
kind of expo dump how their characters think,
Yeah,
which is yeah terrible
I don't
character
expect
building.
anything better from live action Sony films. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Sony sucks.
Yeah.
Sony just needs to sell their Spider-Man IP to Disney.
No,
Just get your
no, I
big
want Spider
fucking.
Verse. One last Spider Verse. One
Yeah,
last Spider Verse,
yeah,
and
yeah.
sell it.
They can have the last Spider-Verse because they didn't finish the fucking movie, but they can have that, and then they just get their big like 50 plus million IP sell to Disney, then make your own IP.
It's not like Disney isn't good for it.
Yeah, it's not like Disney's gonna overpay for the Spider-Man IP, right?
What I don't get is Sony has so many video games that
Yeah,
they
but
own. Why? And video
but
games are the
Sony's
new
gonna
hot
fuck
thing.
that shit up. Also, is the
Bloodborne
thing.
movie.
They're doing Uncharted already. Like they can't fuck it up any worse. I shouldn't
Wait,
say that.
Bloodborne movie.
Sony owns Bloodborne?
Yes.
They
That's
own.
why they don't have a Bloodborne 2. It's because Sony owns the right to Bloodborne. I know.
Even Miyazaki's like, why
I,
is there no? Even
yeah.
Miyazaki's he keeps getting asked about Bloodborne, so he finally brought it up. He's like, oh no, I want one. I want another Bloodborne too.
And he
But
said it's one of his babies.
it's one of his babies. He's like
Yeah,
he
He
was
said
very
it's like
proud
with
of
like
that
top
one.
3.
It was the one of the closer versions he's gotten to his dream game.
yeah. I bet his top three are like Elden Ring, obviously, is number one, and then
Mhm.
I would think Dark Souls 3, and then Bloodborne, and then
Wasn't Demon Souls on there too?
Demon Souls was his, but that was a whole different mess.
Oh.
It
Yeah.
wasn't like he was brought into a failing project and he just made it and he just
Oh, I thought it was in his top 3. That's why I was
no,
wondering
it
about
was Elden Ring and Bloodborne for sure.
Mhm.
I don't know what his
It's either Dark Souls 1 or 3.
Yeah.
I don't think I think it's more 1. 3 was more out of obligation just because how much
Mm.
money it made. Uh
Dark Souls 2, he wasn't involved in as much. It was a hot
he
mess.
was weirdly involved with Sekiro, but he wasn't the
Yeah.
combat director. He let someone else
Yeah.
handle that in
Mhm.
that game.
Dark
Anywho,
Souls 2 is
Sorry,
wild.
sorry,
Anyways,
sorry.
yeah. Anyways, we're Sony owning stuff. Anyways, um, yeah,
Karis
talking
was
about how
talking
the
about
characters are
yeah.
stupid shit. I hated it every second of it.
The dialogue is just bad. See, you said the thing about Ezekiel, but Ezekiel, if it was just him, then I would say it's the actor. But it's the fact that every character, at least once, has a really stupid line that they actually say, and that
I know
everybody else thinks it's
Taekwondo.
normal. Yeah.
No, we know how to save her nap too, you guys.
Oh,
I just did CPR training that day for work, and I was just watching, and I'm
oh
like,
God, that's right. The CPR scene. Oh,
where do you get
oh.
the dummy? Where did she
It
get the
wasn't.
dummy?
It was like some contraption she made with pillows and shit. Anyways, that reminds me another thing. Just one scene that I liked a lot. Right?
Okay.
Hold up. I need to look up.
Can I mention while he's looking up? I'm gonna mention a scene I didn't like that I just remembered,
Yes.
or that one that I like, but for the wrong reason.
Okay.
You know when she rips off the license plates of the taxi,
Uh-huh.
the
Oh yeah,
number's still up
and then
on
she
the
just
number's still up on the sign. Like,
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
Yeah, and she doesn't. She it isn't
She
shown what
just
she
keeps
does
using
with the
it.
license plate. She just takes them up, puts them on the ground, and leaves them there. Apparently,
Yep.
uh,
and
another
then she
scene
comes,
that I
and then once she comes back from Brazil, she
She's
still
still using
uses.
the stolen taxi.
yeah, yeah. So
Was it Brazil?
another scene that I liked
Yeah.
was
Okay,
Or they just say the Amazon.
the Amazon.
in Dakota or in Madame Web's vision of the girls in the cafe, right in the diner.
Mm-hmm.
When Ezekiel comes in with his Spider-Man suit and he runs into Sydney Sweeney, aka Julia, and fucking demolishes her, breaks her neck on that fucking like stool right next to him. That was the most brutal scene in the movie. It was so goddamn jarring how brutal it looked of him just like grabbing her, just
Especially for a PG-13 movie too.
I
Yeah.
I
yeah,
wonder
it
if
was insane.
I wonder if they keep trying to make an R cut and then just they get told no because Craven the Hunter is going to be R.
Was it Morbius R?
No, Morbius is PG-13.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
Morbius
know,
is
right?
PG-13.
No, but
Some kind of bat radar.
yeah,
So dumb.
I can't
In the
believe they
trailers,
cut
they
out the
said
line.
echolocation.
They did, but they
Yep. But then they're
the
like, wait, Americans are stupid. Bat radar.
the stupid part is also with this movie is they cut out the best line in the movie, which was in the trailer, which is in the my mom was researching spiders in the Amazon when she died. I'm like, why did you take that line out? It was so
It was
memeable.
so memeable.
Like, you...
Yeah, Disney needs to honestly stop uh releasing trailers that don't share scenes in the movie. It's
Disney,
honestly annoying now.
Disney.
Disney.
This is a Sony film.
Disney.
Oh, you're just going on a different rant. Okay.
Well, but I also forgot. But still, like
He's
Disney
committed.
started it. Disney started it, especially with Rogue One. That's when it was really fucking prevalent. They had like 6 scenes in the trailer that weren't in the movie.
No, sadly, everything we saw in Madam Web happened. They just cut out one line.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did
They
some
did the
dubbing.
same thing with Morbius. Who he's like, "Who are you? I'm Venom, Doctor Morbius at your service." Like, keep the stupid line in. Just keep. We know what these movies are. The only good ones you guys got is Venom. Just
Yeah, Venom. Okay, the second Venom movie was kind of bad though.
I haven't seen it.
It's bad, and it should have been rated R because Carnage.
No, I agree with you on that one.
Carnage, serial killer. Like together, I am Carnage. Anyways, let's get to completely rewriting this entire fucking movie. Aight? So, I will keep the what do they call it?
Las arañas.
Las arañas, spider shit, cure thing, whatever. All right. And I will have the spider bite Cassandra instead. It's like, oh, she's cured. Look, you were right, Cassandra, mommy. And then she's like, I was right. Dies. or like Oblivion characters die. Ooh.
Then pay with your blood.
And yeah, just the ooh and the instant like very
Ragdoll.
violent ragdoll.
Yeah.
And then we'll skip ahead to 2000 and I don't know 8, something like that. And where she's a little bit older, where she's like 34, 35, because Madame Web is supposed to be old. She's supposed to be an old lady.
Oh my god, she's 35. She's
Oh
basically a
god,
mummy.
basically a mummy. All right.
I don't know
And
any
how old are
women
you?
above.
How old are you?
I'm 30.
Ew, so old, dude.
I'm almost 31. I'm like 3 months away.
Ew, gross. Get out of here, you geezer.
I know, right? I
Go play pickleball with the rest of
I think Ryan Reynolds' birthday is like the 23rd, October 23rd.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like one day away from him.
Let's cut that out so people don't be weird.
My birthday
One
is
day
a week
off.
apart from John Green, so
Oh,
I have the same
I know I
birthday
share
as
a birthday with some celebrity, but I forget who.
I share a birthday with an ex-president.
oh, sick.
Oh,
No, it's
Oh,
not sick.
oh,
is it Reagan?
Bush.
No. Yes, Ed got it.
Okay.
Which one? W.
Uh-huh.
W.
Yep.
Nice.
The dumb one, yeah.
How many
W.
is a Brazilian?
How many
Well,
is a
H is
Brazilian?
also
Yeah.
kind of bad, but W wasn't really president. It was Dick Cheney. Anyways,
Yeah.
um, so I will keep the Arañas thing and the Ezekiel bullshit and whatever. Um, but fuck the ladies, fuck the girls. Sorry, Sydney Sweeney, you're like the heartthrob right now for teenage boys, but you're out. Didn't make the cut. I.
Damn.
It's just
Ruthless.
Yeah, you're not in the movie.
True.
it's just Matt. It's just Dakota Johnson versus Tahar Rahim. Ezekiel.
That means we have to listen to a lot more Dakota Johnson, please.
She's fine.
No, I've never seen her in any good role.
She was in Suspiria.
What?
Was she the main lady?
She's Susie, yeah.
No.
Do you really want me
She's
to say
also
it?
in Peanut Butter Falcon, which is pretty good
I haven't seen Peanut Butter Falcon. My dad's seen Peanut Butter Falcon. I haven't seen Peanut Butter Falcon.
It's pretty good.
So she is the lead?
She's the lead. She's Susie.
God,
You're
okay.
looking at it right
I
now.
take it back. I take it back. I thought it was one of the Euphoria's
Yeah,
ladies.
Dakota Johnson's good. She just got tied up. Her agent sucks and put her in 50 Shades movies. Luckily, she dropped her agent right after this movie.
I wonder why.
I wonder why. So yeah, the movie will be Madame Web versus Ezekiel Sims. And since we're moving this to like 2008, 2010 kind of shit, and NSA was kind of brought up in that, it's going to
Starving
be
to.
about that. She
It's
can be a
political,
paramedic. It's fine. Or, maybe she's not a paramedic. Maybe she works for the NSA. Right?
Okay, I can see where you're going with this.
And she can like use her little hunch thing to, kind of keep tabs on people they're tracking even better. Even though it's probably insane racial profiling. And she notices that. We'll give her something. Why, like, domestic terrorists exist?
Yeah, she's like, she keeps pointing out all these people, and not all of them are brown. And maybe I don't know. Maybe she gets reprimanded for it because she's not looking at all the people.
All the
in
brown
past.
people.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's not looking at all the brown people, and that's where she gets written up. And we'll say that Cassandra and Ezekiel have been on a couple dates. Right? Right?
All right.
Ezekiel doesn't know that he killed Cassandra's mom. Cassandra also doesn't know. They've just been on a couple dates because Ezekiel's looking to get the NSA access.
Wait, how old is he? That's a little weird.
Well, he says his age, he's aging down a little bit. He's aging is slowing, didn't he?
Yeah, no, it's implied that his aging is slowing because he looks like...
Because he looks like later, mid-40s?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I
when
take
he's
that
supposed to be about 60.
Yeah, I take
or
that
50
back.
something.
Never mind.
But he looks like 40 maybe. And at this point, like we'll also age him down a little bit in the beginning. We'll make him look like more of like a 18, 19-year-old guy instead of like he looks like he's 30. Mm-hmm. Back
he's
then.
Wait, he's not Cassandra's father, is he?
No.
Like they both didn't realize it. Okay, thank God.
No.
Like,
He's not.
Messed up
He's not.
Alabama version of Star Wars.
He's
right?
just the 18 through 18, 17, 19-year-old guide for Cassandra's mom. And so he's about 17 years older than Cassandra.
Okay.
So she's like 35 and he's like 45 or something like that, or 40,
Sorry, I know you
closer
Like
to
watch
his
Game
that.
of
50s.
Thrones. I just wanted to be safe here.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we could also age him down a little bit, so he's only like 15 years older. I don't know. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Once you
Math.
hit
Who
30, it
cares
doesn't
about math?
matter.
Yeah.
Once you
Then
hit
you're
30, it doesn't
basically
matter.
ancient. Yeah.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
a dinosaur.
You're as good as a 6-year-old. Um, ankle deep. Um, oh, I'm so old. Um,
You really are.
yeah. So yeah, he wants the NSA access, right? So then he does the same thing that he does to the NSA girl in the movie, where he poisons her, but it doesn't work on Cassandra. And then Cassandra thinks it's hot that he's choking him, that he's choking her. We'll put a little bit of 50 Shades Freed in there. Oh my.
She pulls out a whip.
No, and then that's when Ezekiel realizes, oh shit, this is the baby.
As
This
he's
is
choking her out?
because the poison didn't work.
Oh,
Or he
okay.
or he realizes later after she leaves, he's like, why didn't my poison work? Is it off? Is it not working anymore? And then he's like, oh my god, there's only one explanation. Because it still works, because I killed this this fucking person that I pulled from the side just to test it. Um because he needs to be a little bit detestable, a little bit more detestable. And then we'll say that like Ezekiel still got a hold of her NSA card, and then she gets fired from the NSA, and then she starts using her Madame Web powers to be one step ahead of whatever the fuck his goals are. I don't know what he's looking for in
Well,
this version because the girls don't exist.
could it just be that he's looking for Mary and mystery dad Peter's
Richard.
dad Parker?
Richard.
Oh, Mary and Richard Parker, because the vision
Mm-hmm.
is about Peter killing him.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah.
Like the
yes,
original
that
version of the movie, potentially.
potentially. Yeah. Oh, that was the original version of the movie.
Well, he
Kind of,
time
sort
traveled.
of. The
He time
ideas,
traveled
yeah.
back in time.
Oh, yeah. No. He's looking for. Yeah, he has visions of Mary and Richard Parker killing him. Because Mary and Richard, they're like
They're
spies, aren't they?
in the comics. They're Shield agents, but because Shield is owned by Disney, they can't mention Shield.
They were scientists in the Ultimate Universe, which is what Ed and I comics, and that's what Ed and I were old enough to read back then. That was a popular one. So, a friend of ours used to have some comics. We read a few of them.
Okay, so we'll just make so Peter Parker in the future kill
Okay.
kills him. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
because and this will be like an alter thing where like if Ezekiel stayed alive, Peter Parker would be kind of bad, and Cassandra can see that. It's like, wait, hold up, if I let him kill him, that's bad, because then Peter Parker will start killing instead of, and then she can see the alternate universe of letting Ezekiel die or her getting involved in Ezekiel's death before Peter Parker is born, and then she can see that Peter is much more morally good and doesn't kill people and holds back, pulls all of his punches basically, because that's what he does.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and we can have this movie play out in like kind of like step by step, Cassandra just slowly like setting the pieces with her powers of just like causing Ezekiel's death down the line. But since he is trying to kill Mary and Richard Parker, or Mary Parker at least, yeah, I don't know. She can do stuff, right? She can do stuff, right?
Who, Man and Web?
Well, in the
Yeah.
movie, she doesn't really. The only power that she has is the future sense. That's the whole thing.
You
is
can
it
eat
doesn't
Well,
matter.
and the astral projections.
Yes.
Oh yeah, she's got the astral projection.
Give me a second.
I don't know. She just uses her astral projection powers to defeat Ezekiel at some point, and she loses her eyesight because
Shenanigans.
shenanigans. Maybe
Maybe.
Ezekiel develops a an anti venom and then shoots her with it, and then it makes her genetic disorder come back, and she goes blind from that instead
Oh,
of
that'd be
a
sick.
firework hitting her.
Yeah, that'd be sick actually.
Yeah, just counteract the venom that is actually that is keeping her not uh crippled from the neurological disorder. Yeah, and he shoots her with that little dart, and then she uses her astral projections to kill him, and then she slowly deteriorates, and then she becomes Spider X Man or Spider Professor X, basically, because that's what she is.
Apparently, yeah.
Yeah, and then we can have a little cameo of the three Spider Ladies at the end,
I
where she's just sitting there and like watching them in the future sense of like, oh, I can make this super spider team,
she's
and then
not the
she like,
spider web Charles Xavier. She's more like a I this is the nerd comic nerd name coming out. She's the closest thing to like a Nick Fury summoning the Avengers.
yeah, but
Because she
she can
always
just
just pull
be
them in.
in her apartment, just like kind of like looking through the web. You can have a cool scene of her like crawling through the webs and like looking at all these futures that she can make it better and all that. And then watching Peter Parker, and then you can have Tom Holland a cameo in there. You know,
And Andrew
yeah,
Garfield.
better movie, and I winged
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. No, you did. Good job.
So yeah,
Achievement unlocked.
fuck this movie. Ruthie, it's your turn.
It is my turn. What I liked about Madam Web. The parks. First of all, Parks and Rec references. I absolutely choose to believe that the part for Cassandra was written for Aubrey Plaza, and then you also have Ben playing the guy.
Richard, Uncle Ben Parker.
Yeah, Ben Wyatt in Parks and Rec is playing Ben Parker. I don't know. Mm-hmm. Did I just hit a
Aubrey
Dreamcast for you?
Plaza as Madam Web
Yeah,
would have been so good,
it would have been so good.
I hate it. Personally.
especially with how
Really?
much of how much of an asshole Cassandra was in the beginning of the movie.
Mm-hmm. Well, and Aubrey Plaza, she injects so much like automatic personality, and Cassandra is written really bad.
She's an older lady in the comics. I want an older lady playing a lead. It'd be fun.
She's in her 40s.
In the comics, she's older.
Yeah, in the comics she's like 50s, 60s.
All right, next like. Genuine like this time, I swear. I liked the reverse Cassandra trope. Do either of you guys know the original mythology behind the name Cassandra?
You tell. I know it, but you can tell the
Yes,
audience.
enlighten me about my D&D character.
Cassandra in Greek mythology was blessed by the gods to have perfect, accurate predictions of the future. However, she was also cursed that her predictions would never be listened to. So she would tell people exactly what would happen, but no one could believe her.
No one trusted her. Okay.
It's like the boy that cried wolf, except she never cried wolf. People just assumed that she did.
Hmm.
But
Well, that's not what my D&D character does.
no,
No, here's the detective.
yeah. But it is just a really cool name too, to be fair.
I love it. Yeah.
Yeah, so you're expecting that Cassandra, she's the main character. She's not going to be able to see the future correctly, or she's going to see the future, but nobody's going to believe her. But no, who was the character who misread the future? It was the bad guy.
Ezekiel, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. It's I liked it. I thought it was very interesting. It was the one good thing in the script, I will say. Um, and there is a concept that was buried deep within the script, deep in the bullshit, but I do find it interesting, this idea of being chased by a person with superhuman abilities. And yeah, that would be terrifying because like I was saying, like Cassandra's got two powers and she doesn't really control them. She only does the astral projection like twice.
Isn't that like Brightburn? It's the
Yeah, but he's like a kid.
Yeah, but he kills everyone.
He does kill everybody, yeah.
Ed, we should do Brightburn.
We should do Brightburn.
No, you would hate it.
Okay.
It's very. You can try, but it's very bloody.
Yeah, I imagine.
I don't remember it being especially gory, just violent.
All right, my dislikes. Number one, the dialogue doesn't sound like people. Nobody talks like that in real life. Good God. I don't know. It was so clunky, and everybody has that line. So has a line in that I can't remember now, but like
I
so
know
There's some,
bad.
Taekwondo.
there's some really bad lines.
Yeah,
That's the worst one of them all, in my opinion. I know Taekwondo.
It never comes up. She never hits someone.
yeah.
No,
Um,
instead she gets Taekwondo done on her and gets her neck broken in the most brutal way
Yeah,
possible.
that part was insane, dude.
yeah. There was something about having Cass's mom being in the Amazon that bothered me. Um, and in a similar vein, having Cassandra be injected by the Aranya venom, it feels like not quite white savior trope, but like some kind of offshoot of it where it's like these people revere it and it's their culture, and then this random baby appears and they inject her with the with the spider venom, and then they just ship her off to New York and she gets to do all the cool shit.
Why were they all gone too? That part didn't make sense to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like they can hide. I don't get why they were gone.
And like the one dude that did survive, he's like in modern clothes, but then like 30 years ago there was a lot of them and they were dressed in other stuff. I don't know. There's a lot of weird stuff with the Iranians.
Yeah. I also don't like it because it just demystifies. It kind of ruins the magic and luck of like Peter getting bit.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Hundo, 100%. The plot is a goddamn mess.
Breach.
This is the one that bothered me probably the most as we were watching it.
Yeah.
And it didn't help that it was only when Hector was like rewinding, but the villain exposits at people. Just he talks in paragraphs and he's explaining his motivation because God forbid anybody figure out what the fuck he's trying to do because he makes no sense. But everybody treats it like it's normal.
It's the inverted Cassandra.
He's the inverted Cassandra. But like he wakes up in a sweat and he's got his booty call next to him, or not even a booty call, she's like a one night stand, and she's like, oh hey, is everything okay? And he's like, yeah, I just watched myself die again in my dream. I've been dreaming of it every night, and there's 3 girls that are going to murder me in the future, and I've memorized their faces, and I'm going to kill them someday before they kill me. And she's like, cool.
Can I do the voice? I was able to do the voice.
Yeah.
It was like, yes, I'm gonna wake up in the future, and all these women are gonna come and kill me. They can all crawl on the wall. She's like, that's nice. Yeah, it was a whole thing. Thank you. I could do the voice.
Yeah, she's kind of a bad example because she is. I think she's like NSA or TSA or whatever the fuck. She's CIA. I don't know, but like multiple times he will say this to people who are not employees of his, who are not CIA, and he'll say it in public. And I feel like New Yorkers, like, they'll kind of let some things slide, but there's some crazy shit. Somebody would do a double take, but nobody did the double take.
It's New York.
I don't know.
It's New York.
I'm gonna consult some New Yorkers.
We know a few.
I know a couple. Why is Cassandra a paramedic? Other than the fact that the plot needs it. Just, she doesn't care about people.
That's pretty common. Not like that, but like as someone who works in the profession.
No, but the thing is, like,
you
a lot
gotta...
of paramedics, they start caring about people, right? But Cassandra, she gives no indication of, like, caregiver burnout or, like, paramedic burnout. Clearly, she's not in it for the money. She's a fucking paramedic.
You do have to kind of separate yourself, or else you just can never get the job done.
Yes, but, like...
A little much of an ass. No, it was more asshole. I get what you're saying. But, like, for the most part, I kind of was like, it's fine. If they just lowered it down by, like, a degree, would have been perfectly acceptable,
Or if they gave some kind of, like, the implication that they're giving with her character is she's never had somebody in her life care about her, so she doesn't care about anybody else back. Which makes me wonder why she became a paramedic. Because the person that you and I know who wants to be a paramedic says that they want to give back to their community.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Why the fuck is she a paramedic? I don't know. And in fact, this kind of leads me into my overarching
She took CPR and someone's like, "Man, you're really good at this," and she just ran with it.
She could have just been a CPR instructor then. I don't know.
Don't poke holes in my joke. No, I'm joking.
Anywho, that complaint kind of feeds into the bigger thing of so much of this plot just feels strung together because the plot demanded it rather than there's a story unfolding on the screen. Like, there's a certain degree of acceptable and the plot demands it that a movie gets, and it's fine and it's acceptable. But once you hit like that 50% of your plot being because the plot demands it, it gets old. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So here are my fixes. They're not in order, like I was saying earlier. They're more like character fixes, and then we're gonna try and get some plot out of it.
That's not even just getting the characters would be enough.
I'm gonna get rid of the Amazon bit. The Amazon bit didn't happen. I didn't jive with it. There are no Araña people.
Why?
Everything's gonna be in New York. Why the fuck does she need to go to Brazil or the Amazon to just figure out her powers? No. We don't
Brazil's
need it.
connected to the Amazon, right?
Yes.
Okay, phew. I just want because I was like,
Brazil has like the most like geography of the Amazon, but it's
that's
not
what
the
I
only
thought. But
but
I'm
it's
really
not the only country that has the Amazon.
Yeah,
Okay.
Amazon has a lot of countries inside of
yes.
it.
Yeah.
That's
It
why I
just
was
doesn't
like,
have like Argentina, Chile,
yeah,
Yeah.
and, like,
I know that,
Paraguay
but I
and
was just
stuff.
like, for some reason, I kept thinking Brazil. And I'm like, oh shit, I'm really bad at geography.
No, Brazil is right. When I think Amazon and Brazil, they're kind of synonymous, but not really. You know?
Yeah, yeah. I just want to make sure. I'm like, wait, shit, am I not being like racist as shit right
No,
now, right?
no.
Okay, phew.
You're good. Okay. So instead of going all the way to the Amazon, how does Constance get into this situation? Constance, after finding out that her daughter has a neurological condition, she does what she can to become a secretary or a research assistant for a New York based research company doing testing on spiders and their venom for medical treatments. It's not quite to the point of radioactive spiders yet. Ezekiel is the second highest ranking researcher at the facility. He usurps the leader of the project in an incident may or may not have been orchestrated by himself. And after Ezekiel takes over, he begins to perform experiments on his fellow researchers and other staff on the DL. Constance is one of the casualties. She survives just long enough to give birth to her daughter, but no one knows how she died. But as a part of her benefits package, Constance's only living relative, the baby, gets free medical care for life. So Ezekiel can keep tabs on Cassandra and how she's kind of growing up and again kind of continuing this research on the results of spider venom.
Mm-hmm.
Cassandra, as a result of Ezekiel's experiments, has had her powers since birth, but because no one's explained it to her, she kind of just treats it like it's normal.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Cassandra is not a paramedic; she's a school nurse. She thought about the whole paramedic thing, but it doesn't pay well, and there's always emergencies, and she doesn't like people. Being a school nurse is super easy. 9 times out of 10, it's a tummy ache, and when it isn't, Cassandra's always got her sixth sense that she knows to trust to know what's actually going on. See what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
About yours and mine being
similar. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That way, she's an easy in as to why all the girls know her. She's the school nurse, and then they can kind of be familiar with the way that she sometimes says things that are out of pocket, but it always comes true.
Okay.
Now, Ezekiel is a proto-Spider-Man. Now, he doesn't have the radioactive spider, so his powers are actually temporary. Like, let's say they'll last 10 minutes to an hour, give or take.
No, I'm just imagining him, like, having to constantly put, like, makeup over spider bites and just, like...
Oh, I was just imagining he's, like, injecting himself, like, with a syringe.
Oh, I thought he'd have an actual, like, a whole ass spider just get on him, like, get bit, just put it back in the cage, just be like, ah! And just, like, a fucking...
He just carries jars of spiders with him, like... I'll explain what I mean. So Ezekiel has to inject himself with spider venom when he wants to have access to his powers, and different venoms do different things. He can't have multiple venoms at the same time. So he can have a spider climbing venom, or he can have like a poison you with my touch venom, but he can't do it at the same time.
I love and hate this. I hate that the name's Venom because all I'm thinking about is the fucking symbiote right now.
Spider juice. I'm just gonna say spider juice.
Just say
now.
spider juice. Thank you.
Yeah, so he has to do different spider juicing at different points for different powers.
Don't do drugs, kids.
Don't do drugs. So how does he know? Oh, yeah. So different venoms do different things, and not all the venoms are beneficial.
Okay.
So how does he know which venom will be good to use and for what situation? Human test subjects. Yes, Constance was one such test subject. Ezekiel uses her blood to have access to spider sense. And I don't know, maybe he could have a deal worked out with the cops to use criminals as test subjects a la Spiderhead. I don't know. I thought of that one right before we recorded, and I threw that in there.
Nice. You didn't even see the movie.
I watched your episode. So what's his motivation? Power. He's using his superpowers for wrong reasons by night, and by day he's a famous pharma CEO known for his philanthropy.
Pharma CEO, big pharma coming down?
Yeah.
Oh man, it really is Spiderhead.
But yeah, the idea is like he's using the spider venom, yes, for medicine, but a lot of it is just so he can live out like a power trip fantasy and be above people and be like, you know, an early superhero in this world that has super people. All right, the
Cool.
girls. All three girls have a very similar connection to Ezekiel as Cassandra. Slightly different. I was trying to go for a little bit more variety. Anya's mother was also an unsuspecting test subject. However, when Anya was young and very sick, her mother couldn't afford childcare, so she brought her daughter to work. Anya was bitten by one of the spiders without anyone knowing.
And hers was permanent.
And hers is it's permanent but dormant. I'll get to that in a second.
Okay.
Maddie Franklin's parents work for Ezekiel's company. They knew about Ezekiel's experiments, and they still know to this day. I think Maddie's mom tried some of the venom just to see what would happen, but it like skipped a generation.
So she didn't get it, her daughter did.
She didn't get it, her daughter did. Julia Cornwall's bio mom was a patient that was using the experimental medicine that was produced by Ezekiel's company. She got a bad batch that wasn't fully like powered out.
Mm-hmm.
And now the mom needs the same medicine to survive. And again, the powers jumped to Julia. I'm gonna say similar to the original movie, the girls' powers haven't activated because they needed a near-death experience to activate it. I don't know, bullshit.
I mean, that kind of makes sense. Sometimes genes don't activate until the right condition, so
yeah.
Not as bullshit as you say it is.
And for grins and giggles, Cassandra knows Ben because they used to date, but it kind of just fizzled out. Now they're just friends.
That's the kind of vibe I had originally, to be honest. They kind of had like a we used to date.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just taking my headcanon from the movie and I'm flipping the switch and making it canon manually. The vibe that I would want for this movie is the vibe that was in the subway scene of like, oh shit, there's a superhuman person that's after us, and Cassandra is being flagged as the villain because everybody knows Ezekiel Proto Spider-Man is the good guy because he stops the bad guys.
Wait, so Ezekiel's already a Proto Spider-Man?
Proto Spider-Man. Yeah. I think he's familiar to the cops, but maybe not to
Okay,
like,
I misunderstood.
Yeah, no,
for some reason with your thing earlier.
I don't have my notes written down at this point,
Okay.
so I'm kind of just verbalizing the ideas. Yeah, I think the plot is still very similar where like he's worried that these girls are actively going to kill him, it's these girls are liabilities to my machinations. If they tell their story, I'm ruined. What?
Can I give you a fun idea?
What?
J. Jonah Jameson 100% trusts in Ezekiel as his hero. And then at the end, he's like, I'm never trusting another superhero again. And that's why he doesn't like Spider-Man years down the line.
This guy's just a poser. He's not the real Spider-Man.
You need a younger...
those pictures of Spider-Man.
He needs a real younger... we need a younger J. Jonah Jameson, though.
Okay.
But can it be played by anybody other than... why am I blanking?
J.K. Simmons?
Yeah, can it be
No,
played
no,
by
it has
anyone
to be. I
other?
don't want him to deep fake him
Just
to make him look younger. No, no, no. You got to have someone young, but they can like just give him like peach fuzz. He's
Yeah.
like that. Like he's just a fresh newspaper that no one really trusts yet. You know.
But yeah, what I want for the movie is you can switch the final fight scene to, instead of being the firework factory that blows up, it's the research facility. Cassandra already understands her powers. The girls, they'll probably get them like 2/3 of the way in. They'll start to get their powers. Oh, I forgot to write down Mary Parker. Mary Parker has started working at Ezekiel's company, but she hasn't been experimented on yet. That's a red herring I wanted to throw in there.
Okay, that's a fun idea.
Yeah.
Like you're just waiting for it. And then...
Yeah, like you're waiting for it, but like Ezekiel's about to do it and he gets distracted because like Cassandra shows up for a checkup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate that trope, but okay.
What?
We're like, where you're like expecting this to happen, and then they get
Well, no,
distracted.
It's not.
but
And then you're
And
but
expecting it again,
technically,
and then distraction.
but you know that Peter doesn't get his powers from that moment, so you're like, wait, what? They're fucking with the can? Oh, there we go. Ha ha, you got me.
because like let's be honest, these movies do not really, and I mean like
They don't respect Spider-Man. Let's be real.
They really not since Raimi, I'd argue. I like Andrew Garfield, but that was because he's a good actor, not as much the writing.
Yeah, he's also a good egg.
He's a good egg.
I'm still correct. I still feel that I'm correct in saying that Tobey Maguire was the best Peter Parker, Andrew Garfield was the best Spider-Man, and Tom Holland's good for both.
Yeah,
Thank you,
he
Reddit.
balances both.
But
Yeah.
but
Thank you,
I think
Reddit.
Tom Holland is still more Peter Parker than he is Spider-Man.
I would argue he's more Spider-Man than Peter. He has
Really?
he's good at wisecracks. He's pretty good at the wisecracks and the jokes. I'd argue I don't remember Toby having many wisecracks.
No, but
No,
he's
does
the best Peter Parker. That's what I mean.
But that era of superhero movies, it wasn't big into the wisecrack kind of comic book vibe. They were trying to be their own thing.
Yeah, no, I think Raimi was also he was taking inspiration from the Silver Age, so it makes sense. It was all kind of soap opera at times, so he got the mission down.
But a lot of superhero movies of like the early 2000s, they took that route of like being soap opera drama, but we don't want to lean into the comics. We'll kind of make fun of the comics for being nerdy.
You can say X-Men, it's fine.
And Fantastic Four. Fantastic Four did not respect the source material.
I felt it did a better job.
It did a better job, but let's be real.
Like the only thing they messed up was Doctor Doom. And that's because they didn't want to do all the weird history behind him. I don't.
Victor Von Doom is now
God.
Robert Downey Jr.
I hate that so fucking much. No, I'm
Why?
going to go on my rant. Okay, one, it could have been a
hold
Roma
up,
act.
Ruthie, are you done with your fixes?
I guess I can't like think of any like individual scenes I would pin.
No, it's fine. You got a good idea for a story.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I usually do. I usually just do good idea for story, no real like specifics.
Okay, wait. Can I give you a behind the scenes thing that I was thinking of for Julia's backstory for her powers that was kind of fucked up and I decided against?
Sure, yeah. TLDR, if possible.
Yeah. Julia's dad was paying Ezekiel. He was trying to poison his ex-wife, and she didn't die with the spider venom. Like, they thought they were giving her a bad batch, but it was superhero juice.
Dang.
There we go. Done.
That's funny.
Yeah, I thought that was fucked up, and I'm like, maybe a little too much.
Can I go on my Robert Downey Jr.
Do it.
thing? Okay. God damn it. This is the worst thing. This is the Ouroboros. It's eating its own tail. Like, I'm going to be in an episode of Smash Trivia where I talk about this soon for the Deadpool 3 review. We got really off topic. A lot off topic. But, like, Jesus fucking Christ. It's an Ouroboros in its own tail. We can find a cool new actor. You know, we can do a Roma actor. Or if not, we can get, like, fucking Cillian Murphy, you know? Like...
Cillian Murphy would have been a really
yeah, you need someone with, like... okay.
Gravitas.
Someone said it on Tumblr perfectly. You need a Shakespearean styled actor to pull it off. because someone said it perfectly. Doom's whole thing on I saw someone sent it to me from like Tumblr or Twitter, but I can't remember where it was now. But it was like his whole thing is he is an 11. Like out of 10, Doom is an 11. But his major flaw is that he thinks he's a 12.
And
And
doesn't he get a scar and then he thinks his whole life is ruined because his
it's
perfect face is scarred now?
it wasn't just a small scar. It was like some irreversible like
Yeah, isn't his face like perma fucked up?
it's perma fucked up.
Oh.
Except on occasion where it does get fixed.
And,
But then it always
that's
goes
that's
back
why he
because
that's
status
why
quo.
he sears that metal mask on his face.
Yes.
Mm.
But that's the thing. Like, we could have gotten something really cool. He's a cool
Michael
villain.
Fassbender would have also been a good Doctor.
I have my issues with Michael Fassbender.
I know. He's
I honestly think Robert Downey Jr. can pull it off.
I don't think
you
so.
know who we needed? Johnny Depp.
Ew, no.
He would have been so flamboyant about it. It'd be cool to
No,
see
but
him.
he's-
no,
He
doesn't
plays
have the
Jack.
gravitas.
He doesn't do anything good anymore. His movie, he was in Cons, and he was the worst part of the movie that he was in the Cons Film Festival last year.
Mads Mikkelsen, I know he was already technically
Please,
in
Matt
Marvel,
Mikkelsen could have been it.
but he could have been a really good.
He was a popular fan cast. And
Wait,
he
Mads
said
has already been. Oh, he was the villain in
Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange.
But we could have gotten it. So I don't like it. Also, I know Robert Downey Jr. is a good actor. Here's the thing: he plays smarmy smart guy in everything since fucking Iron Man.
Except for Doctor
Everything?
Dolittle, where he was just smart guy, wasn't he? Like not smarmy.
I don't know. No one saw Doctor
You-
Dolittle.
No, you did. You told me you watched.
No,
it.
I saw 5 scenes of it online.
Oh,
I didn't see. I saw a scene where a dragon farts on his face.
oh.
But not exaggerating. I think it was a dragon.
I
Someone
mean,
farts on his
he
face.
played an asshole in Oppenheimer.
But he played a smart asshole, just not as smart as Oppenheimer was. But he played
Well,
in
he's
smart.
politically
No,
savvy, that's
he
politically
did
savvy.
he did outsmart Oppenheimer.
Well, yeah,
he
because,
was more
again,
politically savvy. Yeah,
He's politically savvy.
but he-
Smarmy.
But like, you need someone who can sell. I want someone who can sell me on the like doomed tragic man who like wants to do right, but believes that he's the only way.
I think
right.
Downey can do it because he did play like the early Iron Man was like cocky as fuck. So
Yeah, but that's basically him playing the same role. No, I'm with Hector.
Thank you, but yeah, I get what you mean, but I just don't have faith anymore. Also, like, he walked out, he took off his mask, and then he did the Iron Man pose immediately, and I'm like, oh no,
No, yeah, no. I think Marvel's just like
no one likes this. Like, even
they're just sniffing their own farts.
the Marvel Studios subreddit even has been making fun of this casting. They're like, we don't have faith in it. Like, you know how bad it is for those fanboys to turn shit to abandon ship like that? Oh man, especially after Deadpool 3 came out. Ugh, I don't think it's a good idea. I genuinely think it's going to potentially, I mean, I could be eating my words in a few years. Like, I'm not above that, but like, Jesus Christ, I don't have faith.
I'm trying.
he doesn't play Smarty Smartpants in Zodiac.
Was that before Iron Man?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so Iron Man. All right, let's see. Tropic
I
Thunder.
think it's like
Tropic Thunder.
people were making jokes that they should have cast him as Kang. 'Cause-
When you said Shakespearean, my first thought was what's his face? Andre.
he's dead though.
I know he's dead.
Andre is. My other thought was, you know who's classically trained in Juilliard? I think
No.
Dennis from It's Always Sunny in
Dennis would
Philadelphia.
have also. Wait, what about Sterling K. Brown as Doctor Doom?
He's
Gravitas.
yeah, he could do it.
You
Sterling-
know, you're kind of right. Other than Tropic Thunder, he does just play like Smarty.
Yeah,
Smartpants, I think.
exactly.
He's very good at it.
He's good at it, but
Oh,
again,
I did see. Oh, even Due Date. He's kind of like a Tony Stark.
because I think what happened, it's the same thing that happened to Johnny Depp. He played Captain Jack Sparrow, and now every role involves him being a little bit of Captain Jack Sparrow
Mm-hmm.
since.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm.
Speaking of
Yeah.
Johnny Depp and Jack Sparrow, Disney kind of messed up because Jack Sparrow in the first Pirates is a completely different character than the next five
Of course,
movies.
yes.
I mean,
Because
yeah.
Jack Sparrow in the
they were
first one is like he's my favorite kind of goofy hero, which is like what I loved what they did with Trigun Stampede, where Vash is goofy, but when shit needs to get done, they get very serious and are very competent.
Well, the thing is, the goofiness is a facade to make everyone not look at him, and then he does his plans anyway.
Oh, I was also
Yeah,
gonna say that Disney's just they're just forcing it for the money. So
Yeah.
they're gonna bastardize the character.
Hmm.
in the first Pirates, he's like goofy, but like he's competent and he gets things done. In the next movies, he's goofy and then gets things done just because he's lucky, basically.
No, one of them in the third one, there was this particular scene where he escapes, and he was like he was doing the same thing. I think three was the closest we got to him being back to one, but I'd rather. But yeah, what grades for the movie?
Grades.
I give it like a D minus.
F.
D minus.
Oh,
All
by
right.
the way, the difference between this and Blow Up. So this one is F. Blow Up is F plus.
Cause it's pretty to look at. Or wait, is it because of the mimes? I would give it an F plus for the mimes.
No, because I know that the director was trying to do something better. He just fucked up. And the mimes was a weird thing. I don't know what to think of it. Yeah, I also don't know what the director was trying to tell me, but yeah.
Go take
Media you
pictures
have
of
been
people.
watching, or oh, sorry, continue, Ruthie.
Oh, I was just making fun of of Blow Up, being like, just go take pictures of people in the park with or without their consent. You might stop a murder. Odds are you probably will not.
Here's the thing: did the murder even happen?
Yeah, yes, because he found the body.
But it wasn't there net later.
Yeah, because she probably moved the body.
She was able to move that body.
Probably.
There's ways.
Isn't
Um,
it? It's been many years since I've seen that hot dumpster fire, but wasn't she like sleeping with another man? The two of them definitely could have moved the body.
she wasn't sleeping with another man.
I saw Deadpool 3.
Other media. Hector saw Deadpool 3.
It
I
was
saw
pretty
Blow
good,
Up.
actually. It was
And
pretty good. Like, I'm gonna can I talk a little bit?
Yeah.
Without spoilers.
Uh-huh.
It's not as good as the other two,
Mm-hmm.
but like, the good shit really hits hard. And
I
also,
got
like, I'm glad.
spoiled one thing.
You told me, yeah.
Right.
But yeah, it was sad. I like the action scenes are really good. I feel like the Deadpool of a lot of Marvel stuff, they have the best scenes. I don't know, it's like they got the good action. They did an old they I'm not gonna say that, but they did a little long fight scene that I liked. Anyway.
Fuck the final boss of the Elden Ring DLC.
Did you finally beat it?
No,
Okay.
I haven't had attempts since the last time.
You
Legit,
should.
I can't think of anything.
Well, you guys are going on a trip.
We are going on a trip, and I'm probably gonna watch movies on the plane. I don't know what I'm gonna watch. I'm trying to
You should
think.
watch.
It's what the movie it's what they have playing though. We
Well,
can't really.
you get a list to pick.
That's what I'm saying
And
though.
you
It's
can
like you should
also
watch this.
download. You can also like download and watch
I'm
Netflix
not
movies offline
on
if you have
Your
what?
phone.
Netflix
I'm
Your
not
phone.
bringing my laptop.
Your phone.
on your phone.
Technically, yeah.
You can watch Madam Web again.
You
Oh
can
yes. Why don't I
you
watch
can
Madam Web again?
you can download Scavenger's Reign and watch that entire series.
Did you watch it?
I don't want to.
Did I watch it? No.
I saw first
I have
episode. I
not
wanna
seen
watch
it yet.
more.
No, currently I'm watching Overlord and Black Mirror.
Okay. Instead of what I'm watching,
Blue Eye Samurai.
this is what I want my father-in-law to watch, and if it's on the plane, I'm gonna like not bully him, but I'm going
No,
to
bully him.
I'm
You can
gonna
bully him.
I'm gonna bully my father-in-law to watch these movies. First of all, Point Break, the '92 version.
Nice.
He hasn't seen it. He hasn't seen it.
Nice.
Are you kidding me? He's gonna
It's his
fucking
kind
love
of
it.
movie.
It's his movie. Joe Dirt, very funny. He hasn't seen it.
Fucking Joe Dirt.
I want Hector to watch this Hector to watch
I
Joe
saw
Dirt
that. I
too.
saw that movie so long ago.
Hector made a joke with his mom in the car, and I wanted to like spoil one of the funniest jokes to me.
I have one more thing.
Okay.
I beat Near Replicant.
Oh yeah, you did.
I beat every ending. There's 5
Wait,
endings.
you actually got to the ending of D?
Not just DE.
Oh, you got E? Cool.
I got E. I got it after the same night I got D. I got E. Since it was really quick, to do. But yeah, it was good. And now I'm getting into like the deep dive of the lore when I don't have the brain space for it. And like ends up the now defunct phone game Near Reincarnation is technically Near 3. No one told me that, and now I can't play it. So I have to find a way to get all the lore.
Wait, why can't you play it?
It's gone.
Oh, it's gone.
It's gone from this Play Store. It was like it was like up for like a year. My old phone couldn't run it.
Damn.
So I was like, and then I forgot about it because I got busy, and I don't like phone games.
You really don't like phone
I
games.
really don't like phone games. Kingdom Hearts, there's 2 games that are relevant to the series. Like, very relevant. I just didn't play them. I couldn't do it. I hate phone games.
And you missed out on 2 of the Keyblades because you didn't finish the phone game.
Yes, I did miss 2 of the Keyblades because I didn't miss on the phone games.
Hector, real quick. Have you ever seen Black Summer?
Black Summer?
It's a show on Netflix. It's a zombie show.
No.
Probably the best zombie show I've ever seen. Zombie anything I've ever seen in my life. You should watch Black Summer. It's really good. There's almost no dialogue in the entire show. Sorry, what?
We were talking about Robert Downey Jr. Smart, less so, but smarmy, yes. In Judge, he's not quite as much as the stereotypical Tony Stark ass.
In Judge? Okay.
He's like an asshole, but he's not like wicked smart.
He also wrote the damn movie.
Yeah.
So, like...
it's a really good movie.
I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying it's probably the only way he's allowed to now. Because he's been fucking typecast.
So, Hector, I want you to download the entire first season, or first, 5 episodes of Black Summer, and watch them on the flight.
No.
At least the first 3.
It's a late night flight. I'm not gonna do it.
You will get...
At best, I will I will watch a little bit of something, and then I'll go to sleep.
Yeah, because our flight leaves at 10, and then
so watch the first episode then.
It's 2 flights, right?
Yeah, it's 2 flights.
Yeah.
I think we touched down in Miami, and then we...
Ew, okay.
That was a good
Miami? Not Atlanta or like Houston?
No, it's Atlanta. We're Portland to Atlanta, and then Atlanta to San Juan.
Because we... on the trips to Puerto Rico, I've never stopped in Miami. It's always been like... One time we stopped in like Denver, and then went to New York, and then to Puerto Rico. But other times it's usually Houston or Atlanta.
When we went last time, it was Portland to Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and then there to...
Oh, you went to Fort Lauderdale straight. Wow.
Yeah, and we had to run the perimeter of the entire goddamn airport to make to our plane in time because they changed the gate last minute.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, they did that to me too.
Yeah. Oh, okay, we could just end the episode. And it's your choice for the next film, Ed.
Blow Up. Just kidding.
Now Hector has to watch it.
I'm kidding. I'm not choosing Blow Up. I need to look at I'm not quite sure. I mean, like the thing to do would be Deadpool. That would be a thing to do.
Worth fixing? Because I hear it's a good movie.
What'd you say?
Deadpool fixable.
Deadpool is the thing to do.
It would be, but like it's good.
Yeah. Okay.
There's not much to fix. So what we can do, Ed, is we can find an X-Men film.
Find an X-Men film?
We can just pick an X-Men film. They're fixable.
They're definitely fixable.
Because like Deadpool's actually good. We're gonna have.
We could do Dark Phoenix.
Wait,
I haven't seen Dark Phoenix.
That means we have to watch the other ones in the prequel and the reboot saga.
Which ones are the ones in the reboot saga?
There's Days of Future Past.
First Class. First Class is first. Then Days of Future Past.
Seen it.
Then Apocalypse. And then Dark Phoenix.
Dark Phoenix, yeah. We haven't seen Apocalypse or Dark Phoenix. We can do Apocalypse and then go to Dark Phoenix next.
Oh, I've seen Apocalypse.
A double feature.
Apocalypse is also Oscar Isaac, who begged his agent for the role. Poor bastard.
Poor bastard.
because he loves Apocalypse. Dude's a big X-Men fan. There's millions of us.
There's dozens of us.
There's hundreds of us in
Sure.
this case.
Let's do X-Men Apocalypse.
Hell yeah.
Hell
guess.
yeah. Can I come over to your place to use your Disney Plus? We don't have any. Actually, it's on Hulu. Might be on Hulu.
You can also probably rent it on Prime.
Yeah.
We could rent it on Prime.
Also, I don't have Disney Plus anymore.
Oof.
I was mooching off my brother and he canceled it.
Lamau.
I get that.
Lamog, yeah. And like his roommates or the people that he knew, his friends were also mooching off of him, so they got kicked off also.
All right, yeah, everyone. Thank you for watching.
Yeah.
Join us next time for X-Men Apocalypse featuring Oscar Isaac as a big angry blue man.
We'd love to see it.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Wow, it's me doing this credit stuff. That's interesting. Well, today's film was Madame Web, directed by S.J. Clarkson, written by Matsuzama, Burke Sharpless, Claire Parker, and S.J. Clarkson. The character of Madame Web was created by Denny O'Neil and John Romita Jr. And finally, cinematography by Mauro Fiore. Go show some love on their various social media accounts. They made a movie which is more than we can say here. And I am not looking forward to watching X-Men Apocalypse again, but here we are.